Hola clase, bienvenidos. Hoy vamos a hablar sobre unos verbos irregulares en el pretérito. Okay, so the topic for today is irregular verbs in the preterite tense. And in fact, we're going to talk about verbs that are called irregular stem verbs. Okay, so I've had a lot of people ask me, well, Ms. Thompson, what is a stem? Okay, the stem of a verb is the part of the verb that's left once you drop the AR, ER, or IR. So the stem of poder is pod. Okay, so if you didn't know any better, and please do not write this down, if you did not know any better, you would look at poder, see it's an ER verb, you would put your ER, IR preterite endings, and you would believe that poder's conjugation in the preterite is podi, podiste, podio, podimos, podieron. Okay? No, that is incorrect. Okay, because poder is an irregular stem verb. That means its stem is not going to be P-O-D. Its stem is going to be something else. Okay, in front of you, you should have your note guide. What we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to write the meaning of the 10 verbs on your note guide and their irregular stem. Okay, then I will teach you how to take that irregular stem and add it with the irregular stem endings. Okay, please fill out your chart. Number 1, poder means to be able to or can. Its irregular stem is P-U-D, pud. Poner means to put, place, or set. Its irregular stem is pus, P-U-S. Estar, to be. Its irregular stem is estuv. Saber, to know information or facts. Its irregular stem is S-U-P, soup. Tener, to have. Its irregular stem is tuv, T-U-V. Hacer, to do or to make. Its irregular stem is H-I-C, is. Number 7, venir, to come. Its irregular stem is vin, V-I-N. Querer, to want. Its irregular stem is quis, Q-U-I-S. Number 9, decir, to say or to tell. Its irregular stem is dij, D-I-J. And traer, to bring. Its irregular stem, traj, T-R-A-J. Okay, you can see here on your note guide that these 10 verbs are the irregular stem verbs, and that these 10 verbs have their own set of endings. It says on your note guide, endings for irregular stem preterite stem verbs are as follows: A, iste, O, imos, hierron. You'll notice these do look like regular preterite endings. There's some differences though. One of the main differences, number 1, there's no accents. And number 2, they've kind of taken the AR regular preterite endings and mixed them with the ER, IR regular preterite endings. Okay, so A and O, those come from AR preterite endings, and then the rest of these come from ER, IR. Okay, so how do we put this all together? Okay, what you're going to do to conjugate an irregular stem verb is you're going to take this stem, for example with venir, vin, and you're going to put it in front of these endings. Okay, so you're going to have vine, viniste, vino, vinimos, vinieron. Don't worry, I will walk you step by step through that in just a moment. Before we go any further, and I've put you a note on your note guide, do notice in this list of 10 verbs, there are 2 verbs that change their meaning in the preterite. Okay, you can see on your note guide that saber means to find out in the preterite. So when you say yo supe, that means I found out, as opposed to I knew information or facts. And querer changes meaning in the preterite as well to try to. So when you say quise, instead of saying I tried to, it's trying to, when you say quise, instead of saying I wanted to, it means I tried to. Okay, now flip your paper over, flip your note guide over. We're going to conjugate these 10 verbs. Okay, so remember, step 1, you have your irregular stem. So for poder, its irregular stem is pud, P-U-D. Please, like I did, write pud in every box. Now add your endings. So you have the whole conjugation for poder as pude, pudiste, pudo, pudimos, pudieron. Again, no accents. Okay, we're going to go through the rest of these conjugations. Quickly, if you want to pause me, do this on your own and then use the video to check your answers. I think that's a great idea. Okay, so write down your irregular stems for poner, estar, saber, etc. Then add your endings. Okay, your conjugation should be as follows. Poner, to put, place, or set, you have puse, pusiste, puso, pusimos, pusieron. Estar, estuve, estuviste, estuvo, estuvimos, estuvieron. Saber, supe, supiste, supo, supimos, supieron. Tener, tuve, tuviste, tuvo, tuvimos, tuvieron. Hacer, to do or to make. You guys learned this verb in semester 1. Its conjugation, hice, hiciste, hizo, hicimos, hicieron. Do notice, I bolded and underlined hizo. Okay, the irregular stem is HIC for the verb hacer. But you can't leave this as a C here because it impacts pronunciation. If you don't change this, then you have just written ico. You don't want ico. You want to soften your C. You want to keep it hizo. Venir, its conjugation is vine, viniste, vino, vinimos, vinieron. Querer, quise, quisiste, quiso, quisimos, quisieron. Decir, dije, dijiste, dijo, dijimos, dijeron. Notice, again, I underlined this for you. Decir is irregular on top of being irregular. Okay, they dropped this I right here. So they don't say dijeron, it's just dijeron. Same thing is going to happen with traer. So you have traje, trajiste, trajo, trajimos, trajeron. Okay, so those two verbs that have an irregular stem that ends in J, they are not ieron. They're just eron. Okay? Basically, to learn these irregular stem verbs, it's a lot of memorization. I do have that song to help you. You guys heard this song first semester. It says, tener estuve, estar estuve, ir fui también ser. Okay, we will sing that song again this semester to help you. What that song does is it helps you memorize the yo forms. Okay, and then most students can go from there if they have the yo. All right, let's do some practice. You've got 12 verbs here. Please conjugate these in the preterite tense. I will help you with number 1. Arturo had to work last night. You should have tuvo. Okay, please pause me and work on numbers 2 through 12. Okay, repasemos. Number 2, you were sick for 3 days. Estuviste. 3, I was able to finish my homework yesterday. Pude. 4, my friends found out the truth. Supieron. 5, we set the table. Pusimos. 6, Ava and I were there for 2 hours. Estuvimos. 7, she didn't come to school. Vino. 8, you tried to read a book. Quisiste. 9, we brought the calendars. Trajimos. 10, I did not say anything. Dije. 11, my friends didn't do their homework. Hicieron. And 12, they had to work last night. Tuvieron. Okay, if you have additional questions, please go to your textbook. Look at pages 173 and 232. Also, you can write any questions down you have on your note guide. Okay, muchas gracias. Adiós.